Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How are y'all doing out in the chatosphere? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. It's your boy, back with some more homebrew homies with my wonderful co-hosts, Will, the Burnt Coin, and Red, Redemption BA. We are so happy to be here with y'all this evening because we decided, really, Red was like, hey, let's do this. And we were like, okay, that sounds fucking awesome. I love doing that. Creatures. It's on the title of the stream, if you didn't see it already. We're going to be making some creatures. So, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, my fellow co-hosts, what's good in your hoods?
Hi, yes, I'm Will. I am a creature. I am also super excited to make a few creatures. It's been a little while since I've homebrewed up some creatures, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Hell yeah, dude. And I've got my my trusty, where is it? Right here. Trusty DMG so that we can actually stay by the book after whatever CR we feel like building. Red, what's up, buddy?
Oh, you're muted.
Okay, now I'm unmuted.
There we go.
Hello, I am Red. I am a nerd and a creature, and I'm also one of the three primary colors. Will would know that he's an artist, and his commissions are open. I'm Redemption BA. I'm here on Twitch on Wednesdays and Thursdays,
Chad.
and I'm over on Twitter, where you can find my schedules for that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm here to make some creatures. I'm here to be a creature.
Hell yeah. Sweet, man. Well, thank you for joining me again, my fellow homies. And for all of you out in the chat, if you would like to have your own contribution to the stream, you can redeem the little guy down in the souls. You click little souls, it says right there, HBH, ask a lore question. You can ask us a question regarding the lore. We would appreciate it if you would keep it within the topic of what we're talking about for the session. That way we're not going to be stretching ourselves too thin. But if it's a burning question and you just gotta know, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, homie. Without any further ado, let's get on to the prompts. We decided collectively that 3 tarot cards takes a long time, takes a lot of time away from the actual writing, so we're only going to be doing 1 from now on. So I'm going to give these a quick little shuffle. Volume up, Red, if you saw that in the chat. Thank you, Odie. Much appreciated, homie.
Doing my best.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that a lot better?
Mucho.
Excellent. You won't believe how sensitive these knobs are. Yeah, you can have that one.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did she say that?
She might like other stuff. You never know.
Who's stopping? Is that Will or me?
Whoever wants it.
I'll do it.
Stop. Nah, get fucked.
Oh, he just jumped me.
Damn.
He jumped right over
The
it.
stolen card.
I hope it's bad.
It is Major Arcana,
Oh.
and it is inverted.
Oh, so it is bad. Will, you got your wish.
Maybe. I don't have
Depends,
these things
we'll see.
memorized. There's a lot of fucking cards.
If it's inverted, it's most certainly bad.
The Hermit, Inner Search, Solitude, Isolation, Spirituality, Abandonment, Silence, Chastity, Separation from Material Goods, Answers within oneself, Temptation, and Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah, that's rad.
Hell yeah. So the inversion of that would be, I guess, turning that on its head, right?
Escaping, yeah, reaching out into the world. So yeah, I guess it. I mean, technically, hermitage isn't necessarily a negative thing, depending on what philosophical views you have. But yeah, I guess the inverted would be sort of like reaching out, being more. What's the word I'm looking for? Extroverted. You know, reaching out to the world, sort of like spreading philosophies and stuff like that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting concept. Okay.
All right, so Major Arcana. So it's red right here. We got 9. The Hermit inverted, and that is Inner Search. What else did it say? Chastity, Spirituality, and Abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some other stuff in there too. If you would like me to read them off again, I can do so.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's hear the rest one more time.
Sure. If you feel like typing these in there for me so I can thank you. Appreciate you.
I'll plug them right in.
Silence, separation from material goods, answers within oneself, temptation and sacrifice.
See, you know, the Hermit, I know that from Binding of Isaac, and it takes you to the shop.
Oh, nice. Good game.
How many people got that? I don't know, but mad love to you if you did.
Will, you ready?
Yeah. Stop.
Okie dokie. You got Major Arcana as well.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
You got 10, and it is also inverted. The Wheel of Fortune cycles.
Oh.
The
Cycles, seasons, recurring events, the passing of time, luck, chance, opportunity, undeserved success, precariousness, the return to a point of origin.
Right.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
If I get 11, I'm gonna flip out.
You're gonna flip out.
Has it been 9-10?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's do 11.
All right. Do you need me to read it off slower for you, so you can write them down, Will?
Is this the inverted one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cycles, seasons, recurring events, the passing of time, luck, chance, opportunity, undeserved success, precariousness, the return to a point of origin. Radical.
Radical indeed.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. I got yours for you.
Appreciate it, dude. I did not get 11. Unlucky. That would have been fucking lit, though, huh?
What'd you get, Holmes?
I got the 5 of chalices.
Cup man.
Cup man. I'm the cup man. Fear. Indefinite loss. Return of unpleasant things.
Ah, great.
Okay, great. Great indeed.
We did get a hydrate check from Ladylike99. Much love to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ladylike. Much appreciated.
Thanks. I got Mountain Dew.
Nice.
Do the do.
Do that, do.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
We're not.
Not actually. I did that to Soul. He was getting so mad. I'm just like, try NordVPN. I was doing it during Health Wars. He's like, you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm like,
You gotta cut one for Honey.
have you tried Raid Shadow Legends?
I'm vibing with this music right now, by the way.
Oh, it's pretty good, huh? I like it.
What is
All
this
right.
from? Is this just like club music?
Aim to Head. It is a copyright-free producer of music on YouTube. Let me take that opportunity to plug their channel.
Oh, righteous. Good little segue there.
Excellent.
Also a good segue in to talk about how we're sponsored by Manscaped.
Dollar Shave Club.
I do use them, but I'm not sponsored. Sorry. But
What else are we sponsored by?
Homebrew
Harry's?
Havoc. We are
Havoc?
sponsored by our homie Paul, who is starting a new actual play where the entirety of it is homebrew content from some of your favorite content creators in the 5e community. We are sponsored by Omni, building Glaswall streams. He is doing a whole I don't know how long he's going to do it for, but a series of streams building up this world a little bit more in the setting of Aeus that he and Red built from fucking nothing with guests on their show, Writer's Block, which we are also sponsored by. You can catch them on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes, sir. Every single
Also
Thursday.
sponsored by Drabs.
And also sponsored by Drabs. We are. We are 100% sponsored by Drabs. Good to see you, buddy.
We are Drab stands here.
And then finally, Souls Rolls. Hellbores, check his show out Mondays. I know it's kind of into, I don't want to say competing because we're homies, we don't compete, but in the same kind of time slot as Curse of Strahd, Rise of Alma, but I highly encourage you to go check them out. You can always catch the VODs of Rise of Alma. And yeah, also check out his new ancestries that are available online that he came up with. They're fucking awesome.
Oh, and hashtag support Wolfie.
Support Wolf.
Yeah, buy into that fucking raffle. 100% buy into that fucking raffle. Thank you.
Nice.
That wraps up the sponsor segment. Good call, guys. Good call.
Thanks, man. Yo, wait, you forgot our primary sponsor.
Genshin
Impact.
Oh, Jesus.
There's so many memes about Genshin Impact that I cannot actually say on stream, so I won't.
That's okay.
Are you
We'll
sure?
just pretend like we know what you're talking about, because I've never played it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. And I want it to stay that way.
I'll send you a DM, don't worry.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so. I just realized I put in way too many spaces there with my weird self. Okay, Will, here's your section, and Red, here's your section. So, in the content, we can now go ahead and take turns however you guys would like to do so. Just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what we like, and whatever we want to do, maybe in the second hour, we can actually spend some time building it into stat blocks that whoever would like to can take and use it in their fucking games.
Hell yeah. Well, Will's messaging me in the background that Derek's a hack and a fraud, so I think he should go first.
Well, while I was doing that, I was also talking to Derek about a potential creature that I really wanted to run.
I understand.
Yeah.
And stream. No.
And they were never seen on stream again.
Just kidding. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and getting the prompt I did, it doesn't. I'm trying to think of a way to fit it in there. I could fit it in a couple different ways, but
Yeah, you could.
But I don't know. I want to do something for the prompt, so I think I'm gonna end up having to do 2 of these creatures, which is fine. The first one, because I have it on my mind and I want to do it, is so my people, the culture that I came up with and everything in the area that I'm using is there's a lot of plains, there's a lot of space, there's a lot of open space. So I wanted to get mounts. I wanted to have a bunch of different types of creatures that were rideable for different reasons. And one of them I wanted to do was sort of a scorpion-like creature, but instead of having like crab-like pincers, I wanted them to just be like straight up blades, you know, like they were just sharp on one side enough, like on the inside part of them. So the outside, they would still be blunt, you know, like if they were doing this side would be blunt, this side would be the sharp side, because if they're bringing something into them, they're cutting it.
Are there any animals in nature that have like sharp protrusions, like almost blade-like protrusions?
Yeah.
Do they? Are there any animals in nature
Praying mantis.
that have blades? The only thing I can think of is that fucking mantis, or what's it? Is it called a mantis shrimp? It can like literally turns water into plasma with how hard it punches things. I mean, to be fair, crabs can carry and will carry knives.
That is true.
You should have giant crabs that carry knives throughout.
So I'm picturing like a scorpion, right? just completely just ignoring everything. So I'm picturing like a scorpion, right? But you take the pincers and you take the thumb part, I guess you could call it, right? You take the thumb part. Let me put it in front of my face so you guys can see my hand motions. And you just take that away, and it just leaves like a blade, right? So I'm picturing that, and they're big enough to ride. And that's pretty much it. Maybe I'm trying to think of like how they would hunt and stuff. Maybe they would even dig into the ground a little bit. You know, those spiders that like dig holes and then they pop out and grab their prey.
Get
burrow,
trapdoor spiders.
Yeah.
They're ugly. Have you ever seen one of those things?
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
I hate
So
them.
I'm thinking it's something maybe like that. Like they're probably nocturnal as well, so they would be hidden during the day, and they can pop out at any point in time and grab their prey. But at night, they make amazing mounts to just scurry through the nighttime.
Sounds
Hey.
fucking terrifying.
Have
Yeah,
you
it does sound terrifying.
have you considered bioluminescence in like certain points, maybe like as a means of ambush at night?
Right.
Because
So
some
they can draw
scorpions
and
have
prey.
that. Yeah, like maybe like their
They can draw
stinger.
and play with lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm just
The
throwing shit at
oh
the
yeah,
wall.
that's a good thing. The stinger up there, right? And it has the light in it, and it could be like entrancing.
Yeah.
That one, it reminds me of that one fish.
Angler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically that at night too. Yeah.
Sick. That is awesome.
That would be pretty dope. And then especially like I could have some kind of like not purely evil, but you know what I mean. More towards the evil spectrum of people who might ride these around at night.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely
So-
see that.
So that would be pretty cool. So I think for my first one, that's what I'm gonna go with. I think it would be really awesome to stat one of those out.
Dude, that's fucking sick. I love that. 100%. Hydrate.
Oh yeah. I saw that Odie asked what our favorite monster is, and why is it my favorite? Well, I used to have a lot of favorites, but I sort of like narrowed it down to the abyssal chicken.
The what now?
The abyssal chicken. You ever seen one of those?
No, where's it come from?
It comes from Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. They're fucking
Oh.
terrifying, and I love them.
Can I get a picture of that? in
Absolutely.
logs?
Hell, I'll just throw it in the dock.
You can do that?
Yeah.
That's sick. I didn't know you could do
Let me
that.
see. Hellcock. Sorry, I was just saving it. Let's. There we go. Oh shit, that's a big picture. Sorry, fellas. Let me shrink that.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that thing's a nightmare.
It's an abyssal chicken.
Holy
I love
shit.
Yeah, they like, you see those like flaps? They open up. It's like a mouth.
What the fuck? And they eat these things? I mean, they don't need to eat. They're demons.
Well, they keep them as pets.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
They're actually pretty friendly, from what I understand.
What the fuck, dude? Watsy. Get your
mean-
shit together. That's awesome.
They can technically fly.
How?
So they glide. They glide.
Flapping the open mouth?
Well, yeah, they just like flap their little mouth parts, and then they have 30 feet of flying, but they fall at the end of their turn, so they can't like remain in the air.
Thank you so much for the biddies, Odie. Appreciate it. That's fucking crazy.
You like them?
I do.
One of my favorite creatures I saw from that. People are like, "Oh, look at this giant thing with like CR blah blah blah," and I'm like, "This thing's a CR like quarter. I love them." Could you imagine like going to a farm of like abyssal chickens and they're just all over the goddamn place?
In hell?
Yeah, in hell.
Yeah, that.
Chicken farm in hell.
If you kill them in hell, do they stick around?
I don't think they have souls. Well, they're demons.
So they go back to the abyss.
I'd wager. Now, if we're talking like favorite high level creature, I'd have to think about that, because that one's obviously very low in the CR scale.
Will,
I got
what's your
mine.
favorite? You got it?
I put it in there.
Let's see what you got on.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, is that an Amble Rot Raptor?
That is an Anvil Rot Raptor.
Hell
That's
yeah, that's
so
like a-
cool.
It was in Magic. It came out in Theros. It was like a 3-mana 3/2 return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. I think it had fly. The fact that I remember
Yeah.
that just goes to show I'm a goddamn nerd.
Dude, that thing looks fucking awesome.
I love flavoring these to be, I mean, they are constructs, but I love flavoring them to come apart as they're
Apart?
fighting you.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. Also, my bad. It doesn't have the recovery thing. I was thinking of a different creature. It's a 4-mana 2/1 with flying first strike. My bad. Sue me. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like,
One thing that I like to do with the flavoring is if anyone says that they're stabbing it, that their weapon gets caught up in there.
Ooh.
I was gonna say it has like those almost like
It has like the
fitness.
yeah.
Oh, that would suck. Like
Your
anything
weapon
with
just gets
piercing
caught up in
damage,
those
just
plates.
like-
Yep. Anything with piercing damage, I'm like, all right, roll a strength save to see if you can pull your weapon out of it.
That's
Because it's
cool.
getting stuck in there. So I like to do little flavor things like that with those. I believe it's in D&D, I think it's a CR6
Are they
on its
really?
own. I'm pretty sure.
I'll take your word for it.
I've looked at the thing a bunch of times.
I really cannot fucking decide if I'm being honest.
Well, there's so fucking many, right? Like...
But like to pick a favorite, right? Like my mind immediately goes to Dracolich because I mean I built my whole fucking like channel mascot after that and shit, right? So like my mind immediately goes there. But if I'm talking like favorite thing to like use as a dungeon master, or like favorite thing to have my players fight, I mean it's so specific to like what you're doing and what the campaign is. What were you gonna say?
Favorite thing to have your players fight? Okay, that's a different question.
Yeah, that is a a question.
Sorry, I might have
players-
misinterpreted what they meant, but that's what I got out of the question.
Well, no, I mean that's another good. I like rot grubs. My players fucking hate rot grubs. They're so gross. Little
They are
gross
super
fuckers.
gross.
I love them though for that reason. Somebody came up with the idea just like, why don't I throw like a sea of rot grubs at people? I'm like, that's genius. Of course, I feel bad because a lot of my players are trypophobic, so I don't do that anymore. But like, they're like, no, that's too much. Swarm of bugs. No. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously you haven't played Resident Evil, but
The Bone Claw has a special place in my heart because that was the first player death I ever got.
those things are vicious.
Oh yeah.
God.
This was back in 3.5. They were weaker than what they are in 5th edition, but they were still fucking nasty as hell. And it it was rough on that little sorcerer. But also they bullied me, not literally, but like they were just way better at the game than me, and they basically got to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And whenever they brought in new players, they were like, hey, we'll build your character for you, just tell us what you want. And then they could do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and I just got steamrolled for a long time. But that was a turning point in my career when I was like, oh, this didn't work just because big number. This worked because like I used it right. I get it now. And then it like kind of clicked. So that has a special place in my heart. But if I'm gonna pick like a single favorite monster, I still can't. So I'm gonna have to think about it for a while. Maybe I'll have an answer later.
I have a lot of favorites. I don't have like one specific one that I love the most. It's just like Abyssal Chickens get like one of the best reactions from my players. It's just like, I'm like, this is an Abyssal Chicken. They're like, oh, what is it? Oh, that sounds really cute. And then I show them the art, and they're like, oh my god, what the fuck is that thing? Like, oh god. It's really fucking great.
Hell yeah. Venom
I like
Trolls
hags.
are sick, yeah.
I like hags a lot.
I like hags a lot too. Yeah, I did some funky shit. Natalie, if she's still in chat, she knows. I did like a whole hag arc in my previous campaign for 5e, and like it ended with like a night hag summoning an army of undead and marching on like a fledgling little island. It was crazy. She just like stayed invisible and just like magic missiled forever.
My favorite creature from Eberron is Sul Katesh.
What's that?
They're very fucking creepy, let me tell you. They're basically a wizard that sort of like made themselves into a fiend. But
Jesus.
obviously Eberron doesn't have, you know, fiends the way that we know them. Dude, there's so much cool shit in fucking Eberron. Like, I'd love to run an entire campaign of like Karnath versus what's that really religious nation?
I don't know. I've never played Eberron.
Oh, it's such a good setting. My only problem with it is it's one of those settings where it's always 5 minutes to midnight. It's like hard to progress it.
Yeah.
Because like the players are always going to be the ones that set off something, and it's like, well, obviously you don't have to do that, right? But it's you kind of feel like obligated. in D&D, because D&D you're supposed to be doing like world-changing things. That's kind of like how they set it up. But I don't know. You don't need to. It's always one of those things like, well, you don't have to. But it's just like, well, you should, you know, like, because that's a lot more fun than just being like, yeah, you guys own a restaurant now. It's just like, okay, just go play Fat Magic.
Okay, so I am gonna start the writing process on this creature. I'm thinking of some kind of mountain serpent. I love the idea of this like titanic snake wrapped around like two peaks. I don't know if I'm going to follow that track down like to its logical conclusion, because that sounds like I'm going to be building like a fucking epic level monster, and I do not have the time to do that on the show. So I need to.
Well, you could.
I need to de-escalate a bit. It did. It did help us get inspired, Odie. Thank you for asking your wonderful question.
Oh god, why does everything have to be bright fucking white on D&D Beyond? Ugh.
I have a plugin that makes literally everything dark mode.
That's alright, I got sunglasses on.
I wear my sunglasses. Okay. So some type of...
Well, they don't have to be like creatures in the sense that we think of creatures, right? They're monsters. We're talking monsters here, so you could technically have a humanoid.
Sure, why not? People are just animals, right?
Well, yeah. Or just cooler animals.
The head of a snake and the body of a scorpion and its stingtail is so long. Oof.
That sounds fucking scary. Holy shit.
I actually love that for bringing them in too, because the tail being long, you could put it anywhere, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, you take that. I'm gonna steer away from the snake. You take that. That's fucking perfect. Hell yeah.
You can do snakes.
I can do something else. It's fine. I'm doing a lot of snakes lately. That's probably why my head is at snakes.
And you're so supreme. Give my life. Metal Gear. Nobody? Okay. Metal Gear Solid 3. That song's kick ass. Snake Eater. Listen to it. Even if you don't like Metal Gear, that's such a good song.
I never played them really.
They're not for everybody, I'll say that much, but definitely give Snake Eater a listen. That's really good.
Drabs says he sent his favorite at the moment. Let's see what Drabs' favorite is. Rusalka.
The hell's a Rusalka?
I'm going to show it on stream. Very creepy. You can't really see the bottom from there. Ah, damn it, it's doing the thing again.
Are they like Selkie?
Yeah, I think... I don't really know, but this bitch is like all bones underwater.
Oh god.
It's scurry. I'm having a hard time viewing the whole image, but...
No, I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, scurry. That's fucking cool. It's a fae. It's a fae undead. That's cool. That actually is a perfect segue into my question to my homies here. What is the prevalence of undead in this setting?
It's probably a lot. It just sort of makes... Well, actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about that, maybe there wouldn't be. What would the undead look like? I feel like the undead, since everything's like exploding, maybe they'd look like gibbering mouthers. Maybe there'd be like amalgamations of like flesh coming together and making like meat wad from Aqua Team Hunger Force.
I could see some like horrifying monstrosity undead creatures that are like almost akin to aberrations in a way, if that's what you're hinting at.
Yeah, sorta. You know, like I feel like undead would be, yeah, more like spirits. Like we were talking about in earlier episodes, how the spirits sort of like inhabit things.
Like everything has a soul kind of deal.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. But what am I thinking of? I don't know. Okay. Red, where are you at with it, bud?
I don't know. See, the thing is, I'm thinking about that, and like, I don't think undead in the traditional sense would really fit in this setting, because it doesn't really make much sense. Like, since things just sort of like implode on themselves and they die. Maybe there are undead, but like, see, I don't. That's such a difficult thing to say. I don't know. I'd feel bad for liches in this setting in particular, because it's just like they went through all this trouble to live forever, and now everybody just lives forever. I'm trying, because like undead aren't just like zombies and shit, right? They're like vampires and all sorts.
So sentient undead.
Well, yeah. Are there? Yeah. Okay, that's a better question. Are there sentient undead? That would be a better question, I think.
I
Or
would
are there
think
just,
probably
like,
not, right?
Yeah, I think the whole concept just kind of negates that.
It was sort of like, if you guys have read, this isn't a spoiler, this is literally the beginning of the campaign of Tomb of Annihilation.
That's
they're-
Iraq.
Yeah, you're supposed to go to Chult to, this is in the module. You're supposed to go to Chult because like healing spells are sort of wearing off, and like resurrection spells are wearing off, and people are just like turning to dust and dying from it
Oh shit.
after being brought back. That's not a spoiler, that's literally the beginning.
That's the setup to the campaign.
It's the premise, yeah.
It's literally the premise. So I'm wondering if that happened to the undead. Like they were alive, but then like after this whole like life and death thing got turned on its head, they just disintegrated into ash. They just like literally like all their age caught up with them, and they just turned into nothing. Or maybe they turned into like babbling maniacs that like have no idea what they're talking about, so they're just complete psychopaths.
Well, let's consider like what it is in this setting that would precipitate or would necessitate a sentient undead, and then work our way around why it wouldn't be, because we've got a pretty strong case for why it wouldn't be already. Souls annihilate when they fucking when the body dies. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I was cutting you off actually. My bad. But pre-event, were they there? Because that makes a difference, right? Because if
That's
it
what
wasn't
I'm
a thing
getting at,
pre-event, then it definitely wouldn't be after. And I think if it was a thing pre-event, then afterwards maybe they don't get the same benefit. So it's more like it just kind of died out at that point, because there was no more created after that. So there was probably a time period where they were prevalent, but then not anymore.
So they're ghosts, like spirits at all. I don't like because we've kind of sort of come to the consensus that we don't think there's going to be like zombies.
Yeah, so I think it's less zombie and more towards spirits and things like of that nature.
Spirits that were around before the event would be the only ones that could exist, though, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like for narrative purposes, there could be an exception to that. But you know that's
So
that's
what if
good writing?
instead of it just being boring old ghosties that can't affect or interact with the world, they can manifest in some specific way? Maybe their incorporeal form ventures to the cataclysm. Maybe all spirits are like drawn to the event, the horizon, or whatever we're going to call the place, right? They're drawn to it, and those that can make it through and are substantial enough, have enough chutzpah, whatever, they are capable of manifesting once more in the material realm as something else. A new type of undead that doesn't necessarily need to pay homage to
Right.
anything else. And it's not necessarily even, I mean, I guess it is really undead, but I mean,
Is
it
that
would
going to
a
be
new
what
form.
all the people in like that kingdom that got destroyed, basically?
I was
Like
thinking of making
essentially
it more
those
sinister.
lands,
I
like
was
those
think-
lands would be covered with those things.
Yeah, so maybe like, maybe the people that do venture through and come back, it's not guaranteed that you're going to come back as a strong form. It's probably guaranteed that you're going to come back weaker, right? You're going to be like barely clinging on to life because you just ventured through the whatever, and now you're back. Could it be such that like through the slaying of each other and other entities, they gain power just in the, I mean, XP, right? Like,
Right. I could see it being a problem too. Like that would be potential conflicts to have in a session in a campaign. One of these creatures is like, you know, out in some area that's less populated and they're just like picking off people. Gaining power.
So effectively, they're going to be like killing to gain more strength, and then eventually they will get bigger, stronger, able to manifest more power, otherworldly type shit. Maybe one of them, and maybe they become something different. None of them are the same. They don't just come back as a blank, but like they all come back as a blank. But if you get enough power, then you don't become the same thing. You become something else.
It's almost like calling them a horror, you know? But then it's like, it could be anything. It just could be literally anything.
What if those are kind of what the demons are?
Instead of being like straight up demons, yeah. So then the ones that are like on the higher tiers, those are the ones that manifested, actually.
And now they rule everything, right?
Right.
What do you
and
think?
And now
Ed?
because, yeah.
Because we're well, if we were going down the route that demons are like spirits. Yeah, that's very Jewish. A lot of Jewish folklore has that. You know, you got the it's in the monster manual, but honestly, they're pretty accurate to what they do. The Dybbuk, that's a demonic Jewish spirit. What they do is they inhabit objects, and they bring like really, really bad luck and bad omens to people that possess the object or people that open the, like, a lot of them inhabit boxes, for that matter. So like, or like containers. So there'd probably be demons that are just sort of like, yeah, we closed the lid on this and we like locked it up and stuff like that, but there's still weird shit going on. If you opened it up, you'd probably die. Because there's people, I mean, it's your choice whether to believe this or not. Personally, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm not going to shit on people who do believe in that kind of stuff. But like, there was this person that opened it up because they were curious what was in the box because they heard so many rumors about it, and the next day they woke up with like scratches all over their back.
That's pretty scary.
It's scary shit, but like, obviously we're in a fantastical setting, so that could be much worse. It could be like, we could have Indiana Jones, you know, when the Nazis' faces melt off when they open the Ark. That's what these things could be, you know, I think.
I feel like that's a way that you could trap them, right? Like,
yeah, like
you
encase
could
them in some sort of metal.
Yeah,
metal.
But the ones that run shit are obviously not put in the boxes. They're running shit. They're the fucking God hand or whatever, you know, just to harken to Berserk. They're whatever it is that we decide we're going to call that echelon of, I guess, undead demons. We'll come up
they'd
with
probably be tiered in some way, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they'd have to have a hierarchy of some sort, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they need to.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, that being said, demons are supposed to be the embodiment of chaos.
But they still have a hierarchy.
Well, they don't have to be in our setting.
That's true.
Chaotic. They could literally just be whatever we want them to be.
Well, it depends what sort of like culture we're drawing from. Because if we're drawing from like, say, Roman, you know, there's in the beginning there was chaos, and then there was nothing else, and then order to chaos. Oh, but there's still that chaos and chaos, light and shadow type shit. Blah blah blah. It's the black and white archetypal type crap. But
I definitely get where both sides are like have a lot of merit. I feel like the answer's probably somewhere in the middle, right?
Oh yeah. I don't think all demons would be evil per se. Like,
yeah. And they all wouldn't follow a hierarchy, but there would probably be a large, let's say, faction of them.
So most are stratified into a hierarchy.
Sure. Yeah.
Some are not evil. I don't want to say created. Returned to the world through the event. And that's all I'm going to put up there for now, because I think that is going to give me enough to go off of. All right. I am starting to get the gears turning now. I can envision in the map that I have made for myself, some fallen region in the lower part, probably along the what's it called, the borderlands between what was the origin point for the clan that I picked and made, and the Phoenix clan. I could definitely see some kind of like regional ruler that came back, and now he's got control of something that I'm going to shut up about and start thinking about, because that is enough for me to go off of now. Will, what else are you getting up to over there, buddy?
Well, I figured this out, so I described it as scorpion-like creature with inside-facing blades instead of claws. The tail is snake-like and long with a bioluminescent tip for trapping prey at night. And basically, because Chickadee said this, they're giant rideable face huggers. You know, the face huggers from Alien?
Hell yeah.
Except obviously without the, you know, all the stuff face huggers do. But if you're picturing something, that's pretty good to go off of, honestly, for the face huggers.
I can see like the segmented legs just like clearing massive amounts of land in each strike.
Oh yeah.
I don't like it.
So gross.
In a good
Like
way.
gross in the best way possible, yeah.
I don't like it in a good way.
And then I think for my second one, I wanted to do another mount, but have it be something more positive, you know? I'll figure it out.
More positive.
Less creepy and like, oh my god, that's nightmare fuel.
Trying to find a bird to base these fucking
Flamingos.
no. How they carry the weight of a man.
They're big enough.
What's the name of this freaking thing? Is it a desert warbler? Birds have the stupidest names. Oh, it's what the hell are these things called? Hoopoe lark?
So
Flamingos should be eaten.
I mean, there is a
fine
let's see, the age of exploration, and the age of exploration. They a bunch of adventurers discovered adventurers, I say, like they weren't exploiting people, but they discovered a tribe that actually ate flamingo tongue. It's actually a delicacy. Why? I don't
Gross.
fucking know. I just work here, man. I don't.
gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we eat cow tongue, right? Well,
I don't.
It's tough.
I mean, I've eaten horse before, but like that was in Japan.
Well, horses, you know. I don't know.
I was served it at a restaurant, okay,
I'm
and it was good.
not.
But it was
not
stringy.
judging. Well, yeah, because muscular animals.
So muscular. You know what I kind of thought about like a few seconds ago?
What's up?
These like undead demon type things could like by design have multiple phases in their boss fights, looking at things mechanically, because you know me, that's how I look at all this shit first. I imagine they probably would have more than one form, right? Maybe some of them, not all, obviously, but the ones that rank
If they're
somewhere in
strong
that
enough,
hierarchy.
probably, right?
Like a
Yeah.
ranked one with like some clout.
Demon clout, yeah.
Yo, I got 3 phases in my fight, bro. Wow.
Oh fuck.
That's good. What is the name of this goddamn bird? I really like how this bird looks, but I can't find a freaking name for it.
Drabs, what map are you talking about, bud?
Parrot creature says the words of an action command spells was created by a wizard, and the wizards taught those creatures those words. That's awesome. I like that.
That's terrifying.
Oh, dude, that's a brilliant idea for a fucking dungeon. Like,
Parrots that recite spells.
Yeah, you trip over a wire, and it doesn't shoot darts out of the wall. It drops a cracker in a parrot's cage, And then the parrot says the word, and then a lightning bolt fires from down the hall.
That's terrifying. That's like that dude that set up a shotgun at his front door in Texas. Like, just unnecessarily brutal.
The parrot literally says lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Fuck you.
Drabs, what kind of powers are we thinking, boy? Tell me, what kind of powers should we give the Depths Keeper? That's what I'm going off of for a title. It's a working one. It might change. I think Depth is better than Depths. Thinking some kind of Hydra type deal, right?
Like a multi-headed creature?
Yeah.
I mean, those naturally occur in nature. I think it's more of a defect more than anything.
Well, my head was already thinking of like multiple heads early. My head was thinking of multiple heads earlier. That's funny. Okay, so let's see. So Hydra like regeneration, because it is the inevitability of something awful, right? Indefinite loss, yeah. Fear and a return to unpleasant things. So I'm thinking fear and then return to unpleasant things. Return to unpleasant things could be something like the regeneration, I guess. I could kind of hawk that off onto that. And then indefinite loss. Everybody's familiar with the false Hydra, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's being hit on a lot lately, and I don't want to just hit on the same things that other people are hitting. Drebs, what does return of unpleasant things mean to you, and how would we make that into a power? So, for those of you that don't know, a false Hydra is a creature that when it kills and eats somebody, it basically rewrites the universe as if that person never existed in the first place, and people don't ever remember them.
I found the goddamn bird I was talking about.
What's it called?
It's called a Hubara bustard.
Oh, it's a busser.
This shit
Oh, it's
bussin'.
bussin'.
Follow me for more videos like this one.
This image goes so hard, feel free to screenshot.
This shit busted. Oh, they're pretty birds. Well, they're kind of ugly, but I'll say that they're pretty for my sake. They seem like perfect. Like if you like size them up, you could put like a saddle on them. They'd be like absolutely perfect for that. They're from Iran. Let me see if I can get just post a picture and stop blabbering. Busted.
Bussin'?
That's what I named the file. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get rid of the chicken. I don't want to look at that thing anymore. This is gonna work. There we go. Like you size that fucker up, put a saddle on him.
Oh shit, yeah. It's a
Probably
desert
give him like a
chocobo.
longer. Yeah, I mean if you give him like a really long beak, I think that'd be more appropriate for like a wet region, so they could like grab fish with it. So like imagine that, but like one of those really long, sharp, like ibis-like beaks.
I like that. I could imagine them like capping it with some like kind of like metal or something.
Yeah, just putting little like spearheads.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
Bonk.
I don't know. I feel like these birds are pretty friendly too.
Imagine if it steals the person's existence and all remembrance of them. They only remember that they are in trouble, so they go to the creature to help them, only to get taken as well.
Jesus, this is like the Soviet Union bird or like or animal. Like Jesus Christ. I'm gonna make you disappear from existence.
Feasting on despair. I really like that. Feasting on despair. Stealing their existence. They definitely do that because they're demons, and demons do that by design. However, if this guy is capable of like stealing a person's memories or something, I could see that being particularly unique. Feasting on their despair. Maybe he cherishes their most feared memories. Okay. I can fucks with that. So steals victims' memories and cherishes their moments of deepest fear, which I imagine is probably usually the moment before they get eaten by this guy. Okay, I can fucks with that, but again, I'm not going to be able to create this in an hour. So I'm going to need to now come up with something else. I mean, I'm very happy with coming up with that because we just came up with a lot of fucking lore and shit, and we answered some questions that we've kind of had since the first session. Oh, thank you so much for the raid life at disadvantage. Much appreciated. Bless you. Thank you so much.
Me.
Much
Sorry,
love.
I promised I'm not allergic to raids. Thank you. That snuck up on me. I was like, where's my goddamn mute button?
Now, something that I can come up with for the session. I want to do something a little bit more naturally occurring that could be found in the region that my clan comes from. Not the Niptera, because I'm going to spend a lot of time on that.
We're in a mountainous region, right?
Yeah.
How about some goat-like things?
I was thinking goats.
Big ass fucking billy goat just like chilling on the side of a cliff.
I was thinking some kind of goats that had some kind of like built-in armor, honestly.
Oh, so you're talking like a Felidar?
I don't know what that is.
It's a Magic the Gathering creature.
Of course it is.
Oh, wow, that was judgmental.
Of course.
I played Magic the Gathering. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all right, buddy.
I played in officially sanctioned tournaments in Japan. Okay, so
Okay, MTG's pretty big in Japan.
they fucking kicked my ass. Okay.
Yeah.
JJ, welcome in, JJ. So nice to see you.
Did you have American cards? Now that I think about it, like did you
Some.
have English cards?
The ones that I got on base were, but when I went off base to fucking get the cards, like specific cards that I needed, it was
Everything
a
was
crapshoot.
Japanese. Yeah, I was gonna say like.
And then sometimes I wanted the Japanese cards because it was like I already know what it does. Like I want it because it's pretty. I've still got some of them in my blue-black mill build deck.
They did a fuck you for playing mill.
I'm a bastard.
I play green light, so
Not just mill though, mill build.
Did you play Fanatics or something?
My big boy was a consuming aberration. For every card in your graveyard, he gets stronger.
Yep, that was what was that, Ravnica?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that thing has been reprinted so many times.
it's a strong card.
It's a strong and a good card. It fits really well in Fanatics.
Mirko Boss was my other.
Mirko Vosk was fun. I played him just on a whim one time, and I'm like, this is a lot more fun than just playing. I tap my creature, you mill that many cards.
Yeah. Well, what did you play?
So.
I didn't play Magic.
Really?
I played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, cool.
Fucking.
That was also
not
big when I
cool.
was in Japan.
Not cool at all, Will.
I'm
very
sorry.
disappointed in you.
It also wasn't for very long, and I was also a very young child, so.
Well, you were a stupid kid, we'll say that.
I mean,
Damn, we all played
you're
Yu-Gi-Oh
not wrong.
when we were young.
I didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Nope, never. I'm a
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
definitely did.
virgin, and I plan on staying that way.
I definitely played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was young. I want to give this thing like moose antlers, kind of, but I feel like it should have something more lethal on its head.
I'm sorry, Will. I was a stupid kid too. I played Hearthstone. So.
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least with Yu-Gi-Oh, there was a fucking
Hearthstone.
show to get you into as a kid.
Played Hearthstone.
Well, you know, I have World
Scoff.
of Warcraft. Get me into it, right?
Same.
I mean, Hearthstone's fun because it's just like easy. You don't have to like study the goddamn rules every time you play.
Oh, Wolfie just started.
Magic's not quite.
To be fair, when I was in Yu-Gi-Oh, it was very simple.
I remember
It
that.
has since
Sacrificing a creature
become
was like,
very ridiculous. So,
I technically started during Kamigawa. You mean like original Kamigawa here? Pings it, yeah. Don't worry, Is it still a ping deck. That's all they do, is just ping and stacks.
Let's see.
I could talk about Magic the Gathering for hours, honestly. I should do have an own individual stream just to talk Magic.
That's a good idea. You should do it with Kev.
Man. Yeah, for sure. Kev's a blast to have on. I wish Arena worked properly so we could play together, but...
Yeah, that sucks.
I'd love to be sponsored by Wizards if their shit worked.
I would love to be sponsored by Wizards even if their shit doesn't work. I mean, I would appreciate it if it did. That way, I'm, you know.
Well, yeah.
But
well, no,
I
was like, bitch.
I still play on Fantasy Grounds, so.
Well, you know, like.
What are you gonna fucking do?
4-win combo plus steal all your stuff. Yeah, well, let me tell you, Kier, Magic has changed a lot over the years. Instead of stealing all your stuff, it's just I take infinite turns now. Yep. Shit like that happens all the time. I'm playing a Hans Eriksson deck later tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. That whole deck is literally just Hans attacks. Then he grabs a creature from the top of the deck and it attacks him. But you put like giant creatures, like Ventmaw. Speaking of Ventmaw, that would be a cool creature for a creature sort of theme for this world. Sort of like some giant flying drake or worm or something that literally just spits magic to be harvested.
A nihilist dragon. Nihilist drake. Something.
Yeah, it just like shits magic.
That could be fucking lit. Decay drake.
Decay drake.
Decay drake sounds fucking cool. I could definitely see that.
Decrake. Okay, we're getting... That's sounding a little bit offensive now.
So I'm thinking a naturally armored goat. It's got spider climb innately because goats are fucking crazy.
Yeah, goats are spiders. Go on.
And it's got horns like flails.
Horns like flails.
Yeah, so it's like got these like massive neck muscles, obviously, so that it can just like go from like not moving to just like wham, hitting somebody with like this fucking end of a flail, like a few inches away from their face, because them being, you know, probably not predator animals, they would probably want to stay face away from something. So rather than them like tilting their head down and like, you know, exposing their neck in a way to like side predators, they've just got these big fuck off flails that just like spin around with their head. Maybe they eat iron.
Hell yeah, dude.
They have spider climb, they have flails on their head, and they eat iron.
Yeah. Because they would need to be able to like traverse caverns and shit to get to iron deposits. And they could use their flails to like knock out like rocks and shit, and like knock out like and expose like pieces of ore that they could. Maybe they smell ore.
So they're like a Zorn.
Yeah, kind of like a Zorn. Yeah. Except they smell gemstones.
Very Zorn-like. I
Zorn
smell
gemstones.
pennies.
I smell pennies.
That got me so fucked up I had to stop writing for a second. This motherfucker, like, with a flail for a head, they eat iron, they fucking spider climb. Oh, man. I had to, like, stop and, like, hold the fuck up. What?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a reason why my fucking clan figured out iron, right? And it would be... They had the fucking means to get to it. They had these creatures that could sniff out deposits. They could take them into caves. You know,
yeah,
like
they have a hyper advanced way of processing the iron. They like take it out of their poop, like that, like those monkeys that they like feed coffee.
Yeah, it's not monkeys. It's civets. It's civets.
Civets. Yeah, like and then they like feed them coffee, and then apparently the coffee's really good. I've heard it described as the best cup of diner coffee you'll ever have, and it's just like, okay, that's wonderful.
I've had it, and I'm not impressed. Honestly, regular coffee is better to me.
It's $100 a bag, isn't it?
I had a cup when I worked at Starbucks. We had like a regional manager come through or some shit.
I sure do love eating the shit of other animals.
I was not keen on it, but I was like, when else am I going to have an opportunity to fucking try this?
Oh man, I love drinking shit. I love shoveling hot shit down my throat in hopes that it'll get me energetic for the rest of the day.
It's processed, okay?
Yeah, but it's still shit. You can polish a turd, Derek.
It was one time. I brushed my teeth since then, okay?
You can't brush your soul, homie.
Wow, dude.
That's fair.
No, I'd try it. Honestly, I would. I mean, I'm a culinary guy. Of course, I'm gonna try a little bit of everything. I feel
Hell yeah.
weird about eating literal poop, but I don't know. Apparently, it's not that bad because like their digestive systems don't really process it really well, so basically, it just comes out the same way it came out. Sorry, folks at home. I'm sorry we're talking about shit. It was on the docket.
Awesome. So I think this is probably the perfect time for us to take a break. So don't go anywhere, anybody. We're going to take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then we will get back with the second portion of the show, wherein oh shit, stream almost fucking killed itself for a second. We will return with the second part of the show where we will actually build the stat blocks for these creatures. So don't go anywhere, and we will be right back. 3, 2, mark. Welcome back in. Welcome back in, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience while we were on that quick break. We sure appreciate y'all. Let's get right back onto it with the second part of our show today. So Will just showed me something super fucking cool that I'm going to be walking you guys through. And if you didn't know how to do this, well then this is a perfect opportunity for you to learn. I'm going to provide the link into... oh, Will already did it. Let's go. That's what you meant, Will. Okay, cool. Will provided the link in the chat, so if you would like to follow along and make something of your own, this would be a perfect place for you to do so. So, when you... oh, you're good. When you go to the page, you can click right here where it's the Monster Manual preset. You can click whatever you want. Since I said that I'm going to be basing mine off of a giant goat, I picked giant goat. Drabs, you use that. Let's go. So... going to stay a size large. The type will remain beast. Unaligned. Normally these things have like 3 hit dice. That's not really enough. I'm cranking it up to 14 because they're going to need to be pretty strong if they're going to be chewing up iron and shit, I imagine. Their natural armor, I'm going to give them... the normal bonus was a +1. I cranked that up to a +4. I imagine they probably have like plates of iron around them in parts. Speed 40 feet, I'll leave that alone. Climb speed, I'm just gonna, instead of giving it spider climb, I'm just gonna give it a climb speed of 40 feet. And then I cranked the strength up a bit because they have to be strong enough to support that fucking iron of their bodies and the flails. Dex, I just gave them a +1 because they're climbing on the walls and shit. Con, I cranked that up because they're going to be chewing through iron. And then int, wiz, and Ka, I didn't change. And then that's pretty much the easiest part of that. I think the next part that I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And it's as easy as that, folks. We can just click little update stat block, and then we've got it right up there. I don't really know exactly where to put the name, but I can figure that out. Oh, it's down here at the bottom. Isn't that fantastic? Well, if you've never used that before, then there you go. You can use it now. Red.
I can show you mine.
Please do.
Yo.
Since I finished it.
Yo. Is this in the links chat, homie?
Yeah.
Got you.
It's a pretty cool tool. Pretty cool tool.
You're a pretty cool tool.
Yeah, let's go.
Death threats.
No.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
I will also, before I do anything else, put this Ko-Fi or Coffee or whatever, however you want to say it, link in the chat. That's the person who made this tool. Support them if you use it, because they only have 70 followers on there, which I don't understand how, because this tool is amazing.
Yeah, this thing's fucking lit.
So definitely support them if you can. But I can go over mine. So call it the Krite, and I don't know how its armor class got to 20 all of a sudden, but it's supposed to be 18. It's got 75-ish hit points. You can definitely kill one of these things, but it's fast as shit. Picture a giant scorpion that can go 60 feet.
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Oh, God.
It can burrow. It can climb. You can't blind it because it has blind sight. It can't be prone because it's a snake / scorpion. You just can't do it. That just doesn't make any sense. It has claw blades, so that's going to be a melee weapon attack +7 hit. The reach is 5 feet, but it's slashing and you can hit up to 3 targets. So if you got 3 people standing in front of it, it's just going to slash all 3 of them for 2d8 plus 2 damage. It also has a stinger, which can reach up to 15 feet. That's because its tail is a bit long, so it can literally just toss that out and try to sting somebody. That's going to do only a little bit of piercing, but then a boatload of poison. You don't want to be on the other end of that. It has multi-attack, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be too tough. But I like this, the ambush. All right, so the Krite leaps 15 feet onto an enemy and entangles it with its legs. Make a DC 15 strength or dex save, whichever one, to avoid being wrapped up with its long tail. On a failed save, you're grappled and immediately stung by the stinger.
Holy shit.
there's no save, or like the stinger doesn't have to hit you, obviously, because it has you wrapped.
Damn,
So,
bro.
so yeah, this thing is made to be an ambush predator. Obviously, riding one of these into battle would be super tight.
The fucking psychological factor.
Oh yeah.
It's like a flamethrower, yeah. Does it?
I can just like hear the sound of this thing skittering fast as shit. And then you just get a giant sword blade coming across.
Oh my
basically.
God.
And then you're like, oh shit, you duck from that, and then you look and there's just this like hanging bioluminescent thing behind it that snaps out at you.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with this thing.
That is so fucking sick.
Does the Rock ride one? Yes, the Rock does ride one.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I think this thing is scary. Only
Scary.
badass people are gonna be riding one of these for sure.
Scary AF. Dude, that is fucking crazy, bro. I love it. I am going to continue my work on this. I need to look at what CR I should actually look at making this. Probably I'm thinking like 4, honestly. 4 seems like a safe bet for a giant iron-plated goat. I just need to know about how much damage I can slap on it, because I don't have that memorized.
OMFG, I want one. Can I have a miniature version of one of these as a pet? Because that would be pretty dope.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
It's like when you get a micro pig, but you find out it's an actual like full-size potbelly pig, so it grows to like 500 pounds.
Oh God.
Starts putting holes in your floor.
I get a little scorpion with a long snake tail, and it turns into this thing.
Gets bigger. Well, I mean, okay, the bigger a scorpion is, the less lethal it is, so you got that going for you.
Fair.
So this thing's probably just like CR, you know, 8th.
Yeah, no.
Are you sure?
Let's see, calculator. 5.5 times 14 equals 77, and then 14 times 3 is what? 42 plus 42, 119 hit points. Damn, look at me, boy! Perfectly within the range. Let's go.
You doing maths, buddy?
Quick maths!
He did the math.
Quick math!
Everything maths on the block!
I spit hot fire!
We just have a time.
We do have a time.
We certainly do.
Good friends.
I'm gonna give it proficiency in athletics and intimidation. That seems like a good thing for it to have. And
Athletics.
community.
Yeah, it does like really good pull-ups.
I'm gonna say that it's
yeah.
immune to paralyzation and petrification and poison. The 3 Ps.
Yeah, those are the 3 Ps I think of.
Yeah, no, prone is the other one, but it's fine. You can knock it over.
Yep, that's the one. That's exactly what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
Anyway.
Can't say that on stream.
Oh.
Can't say it on stream.
All right.
The
so,
3 Ds of dodgeball.
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What are they? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge? I'm pretty sure.
Dodges twice?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Dude, I was always like, in school, I was always fucking huge, right? Like in like early middle school and like late elementary school, I was like 5'9", like 5'11". And they'd always fucking aim at me, right? Because it was like so easy because I'm such a big goddamn target. So I just had to learn to catch. Like, that's all I had. I just had to catch it, or I'm not dodging that shit. I'm no fucking ballerina. Like, I'm not spinning out of the way.
This thing should have a far larger to hit bonus than +6, and I'm gonna level with you. I feel like the fucking monster manual is staggered low onto hit bonuses, because when they fucking wrote the monster manual, everything was much smaller in scale, and now everything's just gotten way the fuck out of proportion.
Well, it's not even that. They didn't even, like, if you look at the DMG for, like, making,
I am.
for making creatures, yeah, it's really out of whack.
Yeah, plus
It is, like,
6 to
really,
hit on
really
a
out of whack.
plus 5 to hit on a CR4. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
It
actually
makes
somewhat
sense.
normal.
No, it makes sense when you think about like low level CR things, but that doesn't scale. Like,
See, the balance there is, which they don't really talk about too much in the book. The way things are balanced is like, okay, I'm gonna give this thing a higher AC, lower hit points. Okay, so that's a trade-off, right? So in that regard, it's like, okay, is this like a social creature or is it an attack creature? Okay, it's an attack creature. It's gonna have lower stats in exchange for me being able to hit more frequently. They don't talk about that because like that's exactly how they balance this shit.
yeah.
I mean, look at a thug. You know, the
True.
CR half, but they have 32 hit points. They have 11 AC. See, you know, like there's a balance.
Perfectly balanced.
As all
No,
things
thugs
should
are
be.
OP as fuck.
As
They
all
have pack
things should
tactics.
be.
They have pack tactics. They are not balanced.
I was making a Thanos joke, but it's fine.
I got
No,
it.
well,
I heard your Thanos
what
joke.
if it was purple?
What if? What am I gonna call these flail antlers?
Flantlers.
Flantler attack.
I don't know. I was like, what do I call these blades that are claws? I was like, claw blade.
Claws.
Perfect. Got it.
Laws. Clades. Clade sounds cool, actually.
Clades does sound kind of cool.
Clade sounds like a Ninja Turtles villain.
I need to have Andy make art for this creature.
Hell yeah.
Andy's been freaking busy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Props to Andy, dude. I'm going to call this Flailhorn.
Florn.
Lauren.
No, I'm not gonna call
Lauren
it
Cannon.
Florn. No. I done won it.
I don't want. Please don't make me.
Okay, Jon Snow.
It's funny because his name's John and it's a fantasy world.
It's funny because they didn't know what to name the bastards in the world, so they said, hey, it snows there.
I mean, yeah, isn't that like? Doesn't every bastard have the last name Snow?
In the north, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, in the north. I still need to finish reading the first freaking book.
It was good. It was really good.
Oh, the books, yeah. The thing is with Martin's writing is he does a lot of exposition, but he weaves his exposition into dialogue like a good writer, which
Yeah.
is cool. But there's a lot to read in that regard. Like it's, oh man.
Just wait till you get to the 5th book.
I heard that he gets really, really bad with the exposition. It gets like worse and worse as it goes on. He's just like,
Yeah.
well, I said this earlier, but now I need to build on it. It's just like, but you don't. You don't need to. Like, you can leave that mystery there, man. I promise. The guy just wants to make sure he has all of his ideas down.
There's so
before he
much
passes.
exposition in the 6th book that he can't even finish it, dude.
Where do I put the name? Also, that's really sad. But
It is sad,
You're right.
but it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, the guy's just trying to get all of his shit down before he passes away. He's old, man. You know.
All right, let him be. Hopefully
I'm
he
not
finishes
shitting
it.
on him because he's old. I'm just saying it's just like he's.
you're old.
How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, oh man?
I'm so glad you got that.
My favorite's when he swallows the horse pill. That's how I felt like taking pills when I was a kid. It was like the worst.
Hey, where do I put the name?
Daddy,
Is it in
Daddy.
shortened name or shortened plural, or where do I put the name, Will?
It's the first box right underneath the stat block. Right underneath the stat block. I'm trying to watch your screen, but I know I'm behind. Right where it says update stat block, it's the first box on the left.
What chapter is the building NPCs thing under? I thought it was chapter 4.
Oh! Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Sorry, what was I read?
I thought chapter 4 was the creating NPCs.
It's chapter 8. It's in running the game or fucking
Oh, it's in Dungeon Master's Workshop.
yeah, workshop.
Okay. Creating a monster. Creating a monster featuring Patrick Bateman. That's stupid.
I'm creating a monster. Oh, sorry.
No, I like making everybody uncomfortable by non-stop referencing American Psycho.
I was about to just dish out some Eminem lyrics.
My venom.
Let's see.
I created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver.
Dude, I love chopped liver. I don't know why people shit on liver all the time.
I'm just going to have to straight up make peace with the fact that this is a CR5 and it's got 18 strength, not 20. Because that makes more sense.
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo! Yeah, I will rarely not leap on an opportunity to make myself the butt of a joke. As long as it's funny.
Bubba booey.
I feel like Ironhide is kind of like a low-hanging fruit, but it really is kind of like fitting.
That's an Autobot.
It is an Autobot.
It's also a card in Hearthstone. It's 1 mana, gain 5 armor for warrior.
Okay, nerd.
Okay, doofus, yeah.
Nerd.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
I don't know why I know these things. I couldn't pass math class, but I could definitely, like, you know, remember what a card does.
Horny flails, Drab said. That's fucking funny.
Horny flails.
I actually named mine after a snake, and then the snake thing came up, so that's like perfect.
It's pretty fucking
Horny
sick.
flails. Well, no, Drab's like, that's like the medieval version. The modern version would be helicopter. You know what I'm talking about?
Spinning your dick around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call that
I
the
love how
spin
you
cycle.
so earnestly answer that. Like, I just asked you, like, your favorite taco, like, topping. It was like, lettuce? Yeah. Like...
Yeah, helicoptering, spin cycle, you know, like...
Meatspin.com.
Meat spin. Oh, that got me.
Don't go to that website.
I would highly recommend not going to that one.
But you can if you want to.
I'm not going to
Leave your
stop
friends
anybody,
behind.
but don't go there.
Because if your friends don't spin, and if they don't meet, well, they're no meat spin of mine.
Nice.
Irish windmill.
Listen, okay, we're all professionals here.
Irish windmill. You know, we were talking about liver, and I'm just like, I wonder if, like, I'm Irish, so I can say this. I wonder if, like, an Irishman's liver is more like beef jerky.
Why?
I'm just curious. Oh, I'm just curious now, because, like, you know, liver is very fatty, right? You ever had liver? Liver and onion?
No.
Not that I know of, and if I have, I'm not happy about it.
Well, I love, dude, liver and onions is good. The thing with liver is it's a little gamey, because it's really bloody, right? Because it's, like, really an active organ that's non-stop having blood pumped through it. But it's like eating, it's like eating
Dahmer
gelatin.
alert.
Boner alert? Is that what you just said?
It said Dahmer alert.
No, I'm not.
The dude's over here talking about American Psycho, talking about how liver is gamey.
No,
Next thing you know, he's gonna be
like. I ate her liver with some fava beans and a nice shiati. No, fucking chicken liver and like pig liver, beef liver. Oh, good.
Sure.
Well, see, we're fucking wasteful as Americans, right? We just like throw away half the goddamn animal.
It's true. It's true.
I actually like liver too. I got you, Red. Yeah, see what I mean?
I've just never had it, so I can't really have a.
It's not for everybody. It's really strange because, like, you know, when you bite
An
into
opinion.
a steak and it has that toothiness to it, sort of has that bite and that give. It's like when you bite into a steak, it sort of like melts in your mouth, and then just like that little bit of toothiness, that give. Liver is like eating gelatin.
Ew.
It's really squishy.
I
It's
don't
like-
want that.
It doesn't sound fun.
It doesn't sound appetizing, but then when you eat it, it's like, oh man, it's like eating like beef flavored Jello.
No. No, I'm good.
This
All
is
right.
how you turn people off of. I'm a culinarian, by the way. I got a cool degree
American
on myself.
Psycho. Eating
American
liver.
Psycho.
Beef flavored Jello.
How do I
That's
move?
3 strikes, my guy.
Beef flavored Jello is the name of my next band.
Hell yeah. That's a good name.
That is a good name. I think so.
Mine's Meat Spin.
I'm sorry, that's just a better one, though.
No, but Meat Spin, and then like your first album is like Spin Cycle.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm having a hard time fitting this on this page. I would like to. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Cool. So, I guess I can walk through mine now while Red finishes his up.
Yeah.
Have you?
No,
Yeah, Red's totally making his.
No, I'm fucking her. I think I'm just gonna steal the Manticore's health point total. I think that's fine for these things. These things are pretty beefy, so.
Why does yours look different than mine?
Probably dark mode. I can only imagine.
Yeah, but if it saved it in dark mode version. That's funny.
That is weird.
I don't know. Maybe it did. Yeah, I think it did actually. I think that's exactly what it did.
Oh.
Okay. Let me turn that off.
Well,
real
that's
quick.
cool.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know it would do that.
I don't really care to turn it off. It's fine. It's hard to read. Fuck. Okay.
It is a little hard to read. That's kind of why I was.
Fair enough. Okay, let's turn this little guy off real quick. How do I turn you off right now?
Yeah, Red doing the worst job trying to get me to eat liver.
Well, you know me.
I do not think I'm gonna be able to fucking do anything about that if I'm being honest with you.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat liver.
I don't want to eat liver.
Okay.
I don't want
Oh,
to eat
you
the
want-
bugs. I don't want to live in the pod. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to do it.
Send me the file on Discord.
Okay.
You guys sure you don't want to eat liver? It's pretty alright.
No, I don't
It's
want
good.
I
I
Like
had
when
it
you
in the
hit-
Golden Corral once.
Like when you hit save stat block, it gives you a file.
That's. Oh, pretty sure that's what I did. Oh,
It
do you
gives
want
you
me
a
to send you
dot.
that one?
Yeah, it gives you a dot monster file.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
You can like send this to people, and then they can load it up themselves.
That's radical. All right. So
Tentacruel.
I will go ahead and walk through. I know it's hard to read, my homies at home. I'm very sorry. All right, are you leaving, JJ, or are you memeing? I can't tell. So the Haitsun, or Ironhide. Armor class 15 because they have fucking like iron carapace literally growing out of them. Hit points 136 because that's in the range. Speed 40 feet, climb 40 feet. I already went through their stats once before. I dropped their strength to 18. I gave them proficiency in athletics and in intimidation. Oh, he disappeared.
He's back. You're
Oh, thank you, Will. I appreciate that.
welcome.
Now we can all read it. So I gave him proficiency in athletics and intimidation. He's got a +1 in intimidation, but I figure like they're probably going to at least try to be at least intimidating to each other in the rut, most likely. I gave them resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Magic, get fucked. I don't give a fuck about magic damage. No, just bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, just like a barbarian. Condition immunities to paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned. I imagine that if they have such a high amount of iron in their blood from consuming it, it's probably not very likely that there's going to be a lot for poison to leach into and damage. Petrified because they're made of like iron condensing materials. It just seems like turning to stone wouldn't really be within these things' forte. And then paralyzed for the same reason. Charge. All goats have charge. If it moves in at least 20 feet straight line towards a target and then hits it with the... I need to change it. It says ram attack, but that's fine. The target takes an extra 2d8 bludgeoning damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 15 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Sure-footed. All goats have that. And then Flailhorn, +7 to hit. 2d8 +5 bludgeoning damage. And they can make 2 if they did not charge. I can just kind of imagine this big fuck off iron goat like leaping from the tops of like mountain peaks to like other mountain peaks, like not really giving a shit where they land on that mountain because they're just gonna like land and like their momentum will stop them without any real concern, and they'll just keep going up that next mountain that they wanted to get to. And then they're looking for like iron deposits, like exposed like pieces of like ancient iron that they eat, and then when they poop it out it becomes like weapons quality iron.
That's honestly
amazing.
it's metal. I know that's like a pun, but that is pretty metal.
Thanks. I like the idea. Processing, they don't smelt it obviously, you know, like you're still gonna have to like work it and smelt it, and you're You're gonna have to know how to like do craftsmanship, but yeah. I feel like that's something that is very common in the place that the clan that I came up with came from. I feel like this is something that the governing bodies there, whatever remains of them, would probably keep tabs on. They might be like kind of a rarer species. They're not like super prevalent. Maybe they're like panda bears and they just have a hard time mating because the men have a habit of fucking killing each other in combat, and then nobody gets to mate with the female and keep the species going. We could get into the fucking whole diatribe about their species, but I think that's probably good for now. Hey, what's up, Joel? Craftsman shit. That's fucking funny. Yeah, I was talking about these goat creatures that I just came up with. They eat iron ore, and when they poop it out, it's like weapons grade iron. So, Red, are you ready to share with us what you got going on yet?
I can tell you what I'm thinking. I'm not quite finished. I'm sort of slapping this thing together as
Cool.
we speak.
I can stall for time if you need.
No, I think I got it. My thought process on these fuckers is that they are very much like cassowaries and emus. They kick, and they kick hard, and they have really long, sharp beaks. So, one of their abilities I gave them is Vicious Bite. It's a melee weapon attack. It's a +5 to hit, reach of 10 feet, because they have really long beaks and they're big creatures. So being able to like spearhead sort of something, I think would be appropriate. On hit, a creature takes 7 or 1d8 +3 piercing. The target must succeed on a DC. What would be inappropriate? DC for level 3.
13.
13, yeah, okay. So like they have to succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. They begin to bleed. On a failed save, the creature begins to hemorrhage and suffers 1d10 piercing damage and has disadvantage on saving throws.
Damn,
it must repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn, and on a success, the effect ends. There you go.
That's
so,
awesome.
Like, their whole thing is literally just like, they're really beneficial to their riders in that way, to where they give disadvantage on saving throws, and then the rider comes in and just like,
hell yeah,
knocks their head off.
That's
and
awesome.
The kick, I think it's gonna knock them prone. So the idea is like they kick their opponent, knock them prone, and then stab them with advantage.
Oh, like a pounce.
Yeah, almost like a. Yeah, they're weird things, aren't they?
Yeah.
I gave them decently high strength and dex, so they have a 16 in strength, 17 in dex, 16 in con. They're pretty hardy creatures. 7 in int, 14 in wisdom, and 8 in charisma. I gave them 40 feet base movement speed, 20 feet of flying speed. They're not good flyers, but they can sort of go up if they need to. And they have 30 feet of swimming speed because they live in a swamp, so they have to be able to like maneuver around in the water. And imagine these things like looking like ferocious, like almost like velociraptor, emu type things.
Oh,
but
shit,
then they like when they like get into the water, they look like ducks. They just look like
under the water. Their like long ass legs are just going crazy.
No, it's good imagery, right?
I love it.
So I need to think about what to do for their kick exactly. I think I'd do like a D6 and knock prone on a strength save of 13. I think that'd be appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I am working on at the moment.
That's sweet, dude.
Kick.
Will, any edits or changes to what you got going on?
No, I'm just trying to think of another creature, I guess, but mainly just a concept because I really wanted to do something with time, but
Ooh.
I don't really want to make it, ridiculous. It's very tough. It's very tough. It's a very weird line to traverse.
Well, I'm here for it.
Like chrono shift type stuff.
Go on. I'm trying to goad you into doing it.
I know you are. Chrono shift, 2nd level enchantment, temporary alter time around you. I mean, just a creature that can do that would be really sweet. I just don't know what they would look like.
would it look like a creature that existed on this plane, or would it look like some kind of like outside entity?
No, yeah, it would probably be something normal that just like got twisted in some kind of way.
I'm not saying to do this, but it just reminded me of the fucking image I saw earlier this week of a fucking monster from 3.5 that was like a devil. It was a lion, but like it was just the head and the mane, and then like a clock-like of feet around it.
Ugh.
A weird fucking creature.
Hey.
Well,
I really kind of just want to have it be just like an eye. Like it's
Ooh.
literally just like a spectral eye.
Hell yeah.
And that's it just like manifests and it can change time around it a little bit. I mean, that would just be cool as far as like a spiritual enemy that would be in the area. That would be something that might be cool.
Oh hell yeah.
And maybe I could have seasonal variants.
That would be fucking sick.
Like fire ones in the summertime, you know, type deal.
Oh yeah. That sounds radical.
Like almost like they can kind of channel, like, you know, whatever season they're in, it changes what they can channel, that type of energy they channel.
I like that a lot. Like they're tied to like maybe a place in the magnetosphere or something.
Right. Yeah, so I mean something like that I think would be my next one, and that's based off the prompt that I got from the card.
Very cool. I think one card is probably good for the future, because 3 was like, it's too hard to incorporate all those concepts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Cool. So from now on, one card. It also took substantially less time and gave us way more time to write and come up with stuff.
But yeah, I got a finished stat block and a concept for another one, so I'm good with that.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. I think I finally can answer Odie's question earlier of what my favorite monster is, and it's kind of a cop-out if I'm being honest, because the true answer is it's going to change on each fucking session of Dungeons and Dragons that I run. If I ran a good session, that's probably my new favorite fucking monster until I run another fantastic session that like my players talk to me about afterwards, and they're like, man, that was so much fun, I really enjoyed that. That's going to be my new favorite monster until that happens again and again and again. And I think right now I really do love Death Knights, because I had a phenomenal encounter with a fucking Death Knight a couple of weeks ago, and like Ted's still been talking to me about that shit, and that you guys know what that does for you as a DM. But then also I think my answer to that question though right now would be the Hell Tiger that I ran in Covet recently. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the mechanics that I gave it, and then Red and Omni and Natalie and Jihan seemed to enjoy it as well. So
it's a very very creepy creature. Like just the fact that it creates its own domain to prowl in is very interesting, a mechanic.
Yeah,
Basically,
when you said that,
it's
that's
like,
what stuck in my head. That's why I was
well, yeah,
like,
because it's just
I
like
that.
it makes its own legendary domain. It's terrifying. Like I can imagine a higher level one of those, like having like a CR20 one of those, just like having an entire forest, like several hundred feet, like just sort of clouded. Oh, that's creepy. That's actually one of the domains of Dread, is like this domain that's sort of like an entire forest. What's the name of that? That's a Ray Bradbury short story, isn't it?
I don't know.
The one where the guy is like sick of hunting animals, and now he like invites people to his island. So
The Most Dangerous Game.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. A most dangerous game. That's basically what this domain of Dread is.
I know which one you're talking about, because I recently reread Van Richten's. Yeah.
Good book.
Great book. Fantastic book.
I will say, I wish they did a little bit more lore related stuff to the world. They've been a little skimpy with that recently in books. I actually didn't buy Strixhaven for that, because I heard there really wasn't much there to work with. It was just like, people were like, oh, I love Strixhaven. I'm like, you probably like... Oh, we lost Will. Uh-oh.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you probably like, I don't mean to be one of those people that's like, well, actually, but you probably like the idea of Strixhaven more than you like the book, because the book's kind of lacking.
I haven't read it. I don't know.
It's like, well, see, the thing is, they had these subclasses back in Unearthed Arcana, and people are like, we don't like the fact that you gave multiple subclasses to different classes. I thought that would have been a cool idea, but they're like, "Oh, that's lazy," and it's just like, I don't think so. I think it was a great idea. I think it was a good idea, and apparently people didn't like it so much that they decided to include 0 subclasses at all in the new book.
In a book
So
about
instead of
magic, they didn't give any new spellcasting subclasses.
School of Magic, they didn't do any new subclasses.
That's kind of lame.
That's what I mean. It's just like, dude, and then they like, I don't know, but like,
Fizzbands was fucking
Magic's cool.
a banger.
I haven't read Fizzbands.
It's
I've
a
heard
banger.
It's really good. Yeah, I heard they did a good job with it. It just
Probably one of my favorite
those,
official 5e books.
I just wish Wizards would like write more about the lore of things. You know, like
I don't
they give
really
us
care
just
about
enough
that,
to get
to be
interested.
honest. Yeah, I like, if I'm being honest with you, I prefer that almost, because like, I don't really care what the official lore is. I want something to grab onto and then be like, okay, I can find a way for that to fit into my homebrew setting, and then rewrite what I don't like about this. And then if I'm just going to use this stat block, that's totally fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how most people play too. That's probably why they do it that way. I don't know.
Well,
That's
yeah,
just me though.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from. That's the same thing with me. It's just like I looked through all the plot hooks of Eberron, and the one I really liked the most was the idea that the Prince of Sire is still alive and running his own little like miniature kingdom that's literally just a bunch of refugees outside of Breland.
I think
thought
I
that
get
was
what
very
you're saying.
interesting.
You're invested in the story and the overarching narrative over the whole years of the fucking universes, right?
Yeah, I want to know what's going on right now because like,
Okay,
that's what's more
I get
interesting to
it.
me. Because it's just like, yeah, you can have all this lore of the past, but how does that affect anything right now?
I get what you're saying. Okay.
You know, just like, oh, these dragons were, there was this dragon and it created Eberron, and this one was this, and these were all dragons. It's just like, yeah, but that's cool and really cool creation mythos, but that doesn't really help me as a DM in the current time. You know, making reference to it's cool. Just being like, oh, that DM knows a lot about the setting, and it's just like, yeah, that's cool. I've done a lot of research on Eberron. Love the setting. It just, they give you just enough to get you interested, and they don't go deeper with it ever. And I'm just like, oh, damn it. I just want to learn. That being said, Warhammer 40k is like too much in depth with it for me. Like, you know, there's so much.
I'm a lore whore, and I love 40k, and I am having a hard time getting through the fucking main rulebook.
Because they're really long. I just skipped the lore, to be quite honest, because half of their books are lore.
Well, I'm interested in it, but like,
much.
I'm interested in it, but like at the same kind of token, like, it's very, what is it? Expansive, but it's not necessarily very extensive. Like it gives you like very specific moments, so it's like, well, that clears up that moment in the lore that we all had questions about, or it introduces a new thing to give us more questions that they can write books from and shit. You know what I mean? But I found that when I was reading the 40k lore or the 40k handbook, I saw some things that was like just completely out of the blue to me, and that's what I'm going to assume was them answering old questions that I just never got around to finding out about or bringing in new ones. But most of it was shit that I was like, yeah, I fucking watched like so many YouTube videos on Warhammer 40k lore that it's like, and I've read a lot of fucking books too, like the novels, that it's like, I mean, I don't it's not all new to me, you know. It's kind of dry in parts because of that, is what I'm getting at.
How do I view image? Okay, yeah, I was just trying to get a stat thing in my image. Yeah, I like Warhammer lore for that reason. It's just like they tell you everything, but it's just like, that's also the reason I don't like it, is because they tell you everything. It's just like, that's why I was like, when you were introducing me to the idea of Dark Heresy, I'm like, that seems kind of weird. It seems like
What?
counterintuitive to Warhammer. What's that?
Anyway, yeah,
I was saying that. Well, I was saying like Dark Heresy is just seems weird, you know, because like Warhammer has always been about like, it's not about the individual, it's about the entirety of the good of the community, quote unquote.
yeah.
Because like you fight in giant wars and just like playing an individual character, just like you'd feel really small. Because like the Imperium is a really good way of making people feel small. Like I guess that makes it the story more interesting for that reason.
I feel like it's supposed to though, right? Because it's,
well, yeah.
the way that it was described to me is it's kind of like Call of Cthulhu in a way. It's like, I mean, it's a D100 like Call of Cthulhu is, and I mean, that's not where the similarities end, though. You're being exposed to like the warp, and you're getting fucked up, and it's not about the. From what I understand, Dark Heresy isn't about like being on the front lines of a crusade or a war somewhere. I mean, if it happens, then that's probably going to be a fucking awesome story beat. But like, it's way more about like kind of Call of Cthulhu style investigation, and if combat happens, it's fucking bloody and visceral and like scary as shit. Like, somebody might die. Like, oh, we're in combat. Well, make your fucking peace with the Emperors, boys, because it's incredibly possible that one or more of us do not walk out of this like in any given combat, kind of like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like that kind of gritty narrative storytelling where the combat's not like we're superheroes. It's just like we're regular people with guns. So let's figure that some of these people are more experienced with guns than I am, or they just are reckless. I mean, there's that whole thing. It's just like, oh, there's a sniper, and it's just like, what are you supposed to do? There's a sniper. Get down. You can't shoot back at him. This isn't Saving Private Ryan. You know, you're not gonna like superhero take out the sniper. You get the hell down and you pray.
Oh yeah, man. Chuck
it's
asked,
a brutal setting.
are you essentially an Inquisitor investigator? You are a member of an Inquisitor's cadre. And you know that will require different things for different people. If you are interested in like a kind of like a story, literally just a fucking novel, the Eisenhorn series, if you're interested at all in 40k, I think that's literally the perfect book to start on. That's not Space Marines. If you're gonna go Space Marines, then whichever chapter you want. Unless you're like really serious, then Horus Heresy 1 through 3, and then go to whichever chapter you want. But if you're interested in the setting, Eisenhorn novels are the perfect introduction. I hear that HBO is in the works of making an Eisenhorn series.
Oh, that'd be a really good show.
I would like to see that.
I actually did finish my stat block. These creatures are only CR3, so I didn't want to do too much with them. I wanted to sort of like put the emphasis on the riders, so like mounted combatants like riding these things get bonuses for riding this specifically. I mean, obviously the whole upside of riding these things is they can fly a little bit, like they can fly 20 feet.
I love that little thing that you gave them, Bad Flyer. That's so cute.
Well, yeah, I wanted to give them the that's what Abyssal Chickens have.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Abyssal Chickens are just like, well, yeah, they can fly. I think chickens have that as well. I don't know if chickens have a stat block, but if they would, that would be it. But the whole thing is just like, yeah, they can fly, but they can't fly well. They have wings. They can sort of flutter. You ever see it? I mean, even if you clip a chicken's wings, they can still sort of like try. You know, they can glide and shit. But chickens actually are able to fly if you don't clip their wings.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why they clip their wings, because you can't have your chickens flying away.
Oh shit! I never knew that.
Don't count your chickens before they fly away.
But yeah, that's my stat block for these guys. I'd imagine they'd the description I was coming up with, they're about like 7 to 8 feet in height, so they're pretty freaking big. Like, they're like abdomens probably a little bit about, or if not a little bit longer than the size of like the part you ride on a horse. So
you're like barely clinging on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine like you'd have to probably be a pretty lightweight person. You couldn't wear like heavy armor on these things, right?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like the thing is, like that would be something I'd say, like, oh, dungeon masters. You know, like, you can decide that. Like, like a unum, one unum could be stronger than another, but most unum, if you're wearing heavy armor, you're gonna weigh the freaking thing down. Like, you got to take into mind like strength and what their carrying capacity is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And then you got to think about carrying capacity. It's like, well, if this person's carrying like 200 pounds or if they're like 200 pounds themselves and they're carrying like 100 pounds of equipment, can this thing safely carry 300 pounds? You know, that's
true. And most birds have hollow bones too.
Yeah, so they're not. I mean, these things are a little bit meatier. If you've ever seen ostrich's legs specifically, really muscular legs, like incredibly muscular legs. My chef told me that he went to a meeting and they're trying to like get people to eat ostrich, and he said, I'm gonna be quite honest. And my chef's a 40-year industry vet. He's telling me this. He said, I had it. They barbecued, ostrich, which that sounds pretty good. He's like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Nick. Tastes like chicken.
It's just like chicken.
My 40-year industry vet chef told me that ostrich tastes like chicken. So he's just like, I wasn't impressed. He's like, it's just one big fucking chicken, and I'm like, okay. Like, all right.
I wonder if
Like,
T-Rex
I mean,
tasted like chicken.
probably did. You know. Probably taste. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Damn. Well, we are drawing to a close. Is there any anything else we want to get to? Is there any questions that the chat wants to ask us before we roll on over to outros and raid into somebody? I'll give you all a couple of seconds. Well, you've been awfully quiet for a while. You've been working on your Time Boy.
No, I've been doing a little sketch that on an actual piece of paper. I'm not going to hold it up because it's very terrible, but I am going to give it to Andy to make an actual art out of.
Oh, yeah.
Of somebody riding this like scorpion boy, because I don't picture him riding it like a horse, right? Like you're sitting on a horse. I picture him riding it like, you guys ever played Destiny?
Oh yeah.
So they're like little motorcycle type things where you're like leaning forward, like basically like a motorcycle, I guess, right? Not like a traditional Harley, like
So you're
one
like
of the
laying
newer.
on your belly.
I
Almost?
don't want to say crotch rockets, but you know what I'm saying.
That's sick, dude. So you're like laying on your belly across this thing.
Yeah, like you're laying on your belly across this thing and holding on to probably like mid body where like its abdomen is, and then your legs are back where the snake tail like starts. Ooh. And you're just kind of like riding this thing as it's moving.
That's
sick. So you're kind of lower to the ground as well on this thing.
Do you think that because of like how you're positioned, you could like feasibly burrow underground with it?
That's why it's positioned that way, right? Because you would technically you could duck and be behind its like the top of it, right? So
like if it's got like some like
when it's
chitinous
burrowing
plate that like comes up or something.
Right, exactly. So then when it's burrowing, you're protected.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
See, now you're talking about like how you ride the animals. It's just like, well, how the hell would you ride a bird? So it's like, well, I don't know if you guys knew this.
Stirrups.
Well, yeah. Well, no, the thing is like they'd have a harness, I think. Like you'd sort of like slide up a harness over them and like leash it, and then you like have the reins on the harness rather than like it wouldn't be around their neck, it'd be around their like their chest region, their bosom, to be quite fair when we're talking birds. Did you know
bosom
that in like God damn it. In like 30 to 40,000 years ago, there was like giant ostriches in Europe.
What, the terror bird?
I don't think it's what they were. I'm not sure. They were like 11 feet tall.
Jesus.
And apparently they ate them.
What the fuck? How?
No, they we don't know much about them yet, but apparently they sort of like kept them like farm animals.
What the fuck?
Could you imagine like a British dude just like fucking riding a giant ostrich?
Oi, I'm riding my... Sorry,
Oi, mate, get the fuck out the way. I'm riding my fucking ostrich, I am.
Oh, you got a license for that ostrich?
Wow.
Got a license for that bird there, mate.
That's funny. Hey, we can make fun of the British because they're our forefathers, you know?
True. Well, the Irish are my forefathers, so I'll definitely make fun of them.
I meant as America. I meant as America.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I'm Irish, so I can obviously hate on... I have
That's
legal
also true.
right to hate on British people. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Legally?
Legally, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I picture chocobos, by the way. That's how you ride a bird.
That's kind of how I figure you do it, yeah. It's pretty easy to say how one might ride a Hateson. You just get up on the fucking back. I imagine that there were probably some like order of knights that might have rode these things like instead of horses. Maybe, why not, right? There's these big fucking armored beasts that doesn't afraid of anything. Like, you can take that into battle, sure, why not? If you're not getting a Niptera, if only the lords get the Nipteras, I could see a knight order like below, like maybe like a people's knight order that ride Hatesons instead of like you know, like the governmental knight, like the hedge knights. Maybe not like hedge knights though, because those don't really have enough of a title. But you guys know what I mean.
Well, hedge knights are like bandits almost, right?
They're knights that just don't have
like,
a land or title.
I thought they were like
knights.
weren't officially trained. I thought that's where the term hedge comes from. It's sort of like they weren't like trained by a master or anything like that. They just sort of know that's where the term like hedge mage comes from in fantasy. It's just like they weren't like classically trained. Hedge mage is a synonymous with witch for that reason. They weren't classically trained. They weren't like taught the arts or anything like that. They literally just learned it on their own. I think that's where the term hedge comes from. I could be incredibly wrong.
Interesting.
It's one of those old English terms. It's like, oh, he's a hedge knight, eh?
Drabs sent me the stat block for the creature that he's working on. He says he's not done with it yet, but I'm still going to paste it into Lonks for us. But sweet. Yeah, maybe you're probably right. I could just be completely off base there, and that's probably exactly what it is. But I could see some, like, again, the Niptera reserved for, like, the nobility and the royalty and shit like that. I could see, like, knights that would have regularly gone into battle in days of yore riding on Hateson. They probably don't do it now, but that was probably... I could see, like, old murals depicting, like, plate armor, like, plate-clad knights in... astride these huge creatures. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hedge Knights, Hedge Knight is actually an offensive term. I found out. They're like you said, they're knights without any lords. They're usually quite poor. They're usually just sort of wandering around, probably sell swords.
Yeah, I thought they were Ronin.
They're Ronin.
Yeah, I thought they were Ronin. yeah. That's what I thought they were.
But the proper term is knight errant.
Knights errant.
Yeah, because that's a more romantic and like nice term. That's like instead of calling a, let's say that I'm gonna call Derek a guy. It's just like, okay, that's a nice term. That's a pretty normal term. Instead of me calling him a bastard, which would be that would be the difference between hedge knight. Hedge knight is the bastard, as knight
So
errant
it's still
is
accurate. You're just an asshole.
Well, yeah, just like, oh, you're fucking hedge knight. It's like, what the fuck you call me, man? I'm not gonna fucking stand there and listen to that. Call me a fucking hedge knight errant, it is.
All right, folks. Well, that is 9 o'clock, and I think that about wraps us up for this session of Homebrew Homies. Unless you guys have anything you want to add.
No, that was a great note, Dan.
We learned.
Getting angry and British.
Well, we made some fucking creatures. We came up with some stat blocks that you could use in your own games if you wanted to. And we came up with some fucking good-ass lore that I'm pretty fucking stoked on, if I'm being honest. Figuring out what demons actually are, that is huge, and I'm stoked that we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's radical. Now, I think that probably the next time we don't have a guest, we will actually talk about what the event is.
That's a smart plan.
I think so, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, well, stay tuned for that. But next week, you can catch us live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are going to be having our homie Chuck on, and we are super excited. I cannot wait.
Hell
Chuck
yeah.
is one of the
Let's
fucking
go.
tightest dudes I know, and I'm super stoked to have him on the show. So, hell yeah. Well, if you would mind taking us through shoutouts, whoever.
William.
Yes, father.
Speak.
That must have been you. That's the only person who's ever called me William. Anyway, my name is Will, or Coin, the Burnt Coin, on Twitter. Bit of a schedule change coming up, so be on the lookout for that. I'll be talking about it a little on Twitter once I get it all figured out. I did start a new job, so there's some stuff going on there. So gonna have to change some things up going forward as far as what I'll be up to. But I do have a Patreon. I do plan on continuing to do that, although I might change it up and just do maps only, which is just fine because then I could do a couple more of them maybe. This month in 4 days, the March one's going to come out, and it's going to be super fun because it's going to be a real, actual life castle that I made a few variants of.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm super stoked about it, and I have a little bit of work left to do in those couple days, so hopefully I can get it done. But yeah, besides that, I'm hanging out. I'm planning a digital convention.
Hell yeah.
So check out my Twitter for more on that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Excuse me. That is awesome, bro. I cannot wait to learn more about DiceCon. Excuse me. I'm having an IBS moment. Red.
Hello, I'm Red. Yeah, I'm just I'm a creative here in the community. I'm on Twitter at VA Redemption. I thought I fucked up my name there for a second. I was just having a moment about. I'm also here on Twitch at Redemption VA, where I do world building streams on Thursdays and random streams tomorrow on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. CST. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. Might have Kev back on if he wants it, but that being said, I'm gonna have to bother Kev on Thursday with the Space Jamber as well, because we're gonna have both of them on for Writer's Block, a show where we do improv world building with wonderful and random guests each and every week, and I'm very much looking forward to having them on Thursday. I'm here on Derek's channel every single week, 2 to 3 times a week on average. We do this show obviously at 7 p.m. I do I'm a Medic Mori on Fridays at that's 7 as well. 7:30. That's right. I always get that freaking time messed up. And we usually do Saturday stuff. No Covet Syndicate this week, but I'm usually on that. And then next week we're gonna pick up with AS the Mountain, which is a game that I run in a D100 Call of Cthulhu-esque based system. So stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna pass it back over to Derek.
Well, thank you so much, dude. Hell yeah. So this week I am taking, I'm normally taking Wednesdays off, as you know, I've said it a million times. I am taking Thursday off as well. Your boy tired. I'm feeling it in my soul, so I just need to kind of like recharge a little bit. But you can catch us live on Friday at 7:30 p.m. With I'm a Medic Mori. That's Central Standard Time. That's a Blades in the Dark actual play hosted by CC. And on Saturday, it is supposed to be Curse of Strahd Howls in the Mist at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, noon. And then at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm hosting a Learn to Play. The One Ring 2E, the second edition, just came out. One shot hosted by Deserted GM. I have it listed on my Twitter. We have some wonderful people from the community that are all going to be guest stars on it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come hang out. It's going to be cool. I've played the One Ring first edition. Will was there. We played. Were you there? You were there.
I was not there.
You were not there. Fuck.
Who was not there?
Who was there?
Not me.
There's a bunch of people that I don't remember. I remember Chuck being there though. I'm pretty sure Chuck was there.
Chuck was there.
But yeah, I played the One Ring first edition. I know Andy was there because he ran it. I know Andy was there because he ran it. That was a lot of fun. So this should hopefully be fun as well. But yeah, and then Samurai Sunday on Friday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And versus Strahd Rise of Alma on Monday. Gonna go ahead and say this in advance. The 21st of this month is my anniversary with my wife, so I'm not gonna be fucking streaming on that day for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just letting you guys know a couple of weeks in advance. I will not be streaming Curse of Strahd that day. I will be spending the day with my wife. We are going to raid into Growed Up Geek because he's a homie, longtime supporter of the channel, and he watched my streams when I was streaming at fucking midnight. What a champ. He would raid in at midnight. So thank you guys. We love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time. And what is it that Omni always says? Stay writing, folks.
Keep writing.
Keep writing.
Oh, yeah.
Spread love, not COVID.
Definitely that one too.